Welcome back. May 16th starts the week-long celebration of Fort Campbell's Week of the Eagles. Our special events manager is here with me now to share information on all the activities that are going on. Welcome back to the show, Catherine.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is something that we look forward to every year or two or three, but it's a big deal, Week of the Eagles.
Oh my gosh, it's a very big deal, celebrating the history and a legacy of the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault, as well as our other tenant units at Fort Campbell. It is a fantastic week to be part of Fort Campbell.
And as the MWR Special Events Manager, you have a really integral part in that. Although the events are planned by different brigades and assigned to different units, there's some subject matter expert that you provide to the folks to help them get through these events that maybe they've never done before.
Right. Our team is there to support Fort Campbell overall, and especially our division and our soldiers. The soldiers have been doing a fantastic job in planning some incredible events for our community to come out and enjoy, soldiers to participate in. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, why don't we just start with an overview of what kind of things are going to be available for the public to participate in, because Week of the Eagles really is about showcasing our division's history, and we really want people to come in and observe and participate in some of the events. So the first thing that happens to kick off Week of the Eagles is the division run.
Oh my gosh, it is such an incredible sight. It does happen at 6:30 in the morning on May 16th, but what a great time if you have the opportunity to come out and get a spot on the little run route, which I believe is in our magazine, and watch the entire division running, being led by our general and commanding general, and run all the way around Fort Campbell. And it's just incredible. I know in the daycares that they bring the kids out to watch and stuff like that, and it's a great thing. But I caution that if you're usually coming into work about 7 o'clock, that you may want to look at the route, ensure that you have another route to get to work.
That's right, because those roads are blocked when you've got 15,000 soldiers running in a formation. And of course, it starts at the division headquarters, and the commanding general, as he passes by each point, he picks up more soldiers and they run behind him. And then, of course, he eventually gets back to division headquarters, and that's where he stops, and everyone that he's picked up behind him now will run past by him, and that's kind of like the hub. The media is usually right there at McAuliffe Hall, and lots of family members are there. But other people are all along the route. I know we come out of our office building and watch and cheer. It's just really a cool thing to see.
And if you were coming out just to see that, because it is an incredible thing to see in the spirit of corps that's going on, and the internal for the battalions and brigades with the folks that just run around to get them all hyped. It is really awesome. So if you're going to come out just to see that, my suggestion would be to park in the PX parking lot and watch it right there from the town center park.
That's a great idea for folks to do. And you'll hear the soldiers singing, calling cadence. They wear sometimes unit shirts, and it's really neat to see. So that's a great way to start your week on Friday, May 16th. Now, right after that division run takes place, the Welcome Center opens.
Yes, and I believe the Welcome Center is going to be located at the TAC Center. And this is a great place to come, especially if you're a retiree or a veteran and you're tied to a specific unit, to come and get specific information for what that unit's doing for Week of the Eagles. Come in. If you're new to Fort Campbell area, maybe come and learn some of the history about the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault. And while you're here, you can swing right by the Pratt Museum and really get the history in.
That's right. The museum's another great place to see the history of the 101st. But if you are not familiar with Fort Campbell, the Welcome Center should be your first stop, because it's so easy to find. If you come in the main gate, which is gate 4, the TAC Center is just inside the main gate. There's ample parking there. It looks like a bus station because it used to be a bus station.
I know, how cool is that?
Right. So it's centrally located, and you can also pick up the commemorative Week of the Eagles guide there that has all the information for the week. The schedule, the maps, the locations, everything is right there. Great place to start. Now, the Welcome Center is open every day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., so you've got plenty of time to get in there, but I would say Friday's your best chance. Get that magazine and be prepared for the week.
Absolutely, and it's got a calendar in it. You can mark the things that you want to go see.
Super. Now let's talk about something that everybody always looks forward to, and that is a big Week of the Eagles concert. This year, our concert is planned for opening day on Friday, May 16th.
Yes, we're very fortunate to be able to kick off Week of the Eagles after the division run, of course, with a concert with Big and Rich and Gretchen Wilson with the opener Mallory Hope. It is going to be off the charts, fantastic event, family friendly. Great thing. As soon as you get the kids out of school, come on out. It should be starting around 1700 or 5 p.m. and have a great, great evening.
So tell me about location and cost and, what should we bring, what should we not bring, all the things we need to know to go to a great concert.
Well, the cost is free, and it is open to the Fort Campbell community. So come on out and have a great time. The location is the Division Parade Field. So do plan accordingly for walking and stuff, because the parade field is notoriously known for not having a lot of parking, and we have some set up for an event later. So some of the parking right around that it will be taken. Kicks off at 5 p.m. with Mallory Hope, leads into Gretchen Wilson, with Big and Rich closing the show. And it's going to be a pretty long concert. So come on out, make sure you bring a blanket. If you're going to sit further back, if you're going to sit up close to the stage, you're not going to sit.
That's good advice, because I think a lot of times people bring things they don't need, and, they end up having to carry them around or deal with them or even take them back to the car. So if you're planning to get there early and you do plan to want to be up close to the stage, you're probably going to be standing up most of the time. Maybe you don't need that blanket or chair. It takes up space that maybe somebody else could be standing in.
We have many, many vendors coming out, ranging from hot dogs and ices to adult beverages. It's a great thing. We do ask that there's no alcohol brought out to the field, and no coolers. Of course, if you have a child that's on formula or something like that, please do what you need to do.
So Budweiser is the beverage of choice for adult beverages for the concert. So when we say don't bring alcoholic beverages, it's not because there's none allowed. It's because we have it available for you there, and that's what we would prefer that you do. But you also have all of the other food available, and it's supper time, so you're going to need some money to buy that food, right?
Correct. I think most of our vendors now do take credit cards.
Wow.
Through the air thing, but carrying cash it can be a lot easier.
Right. Okay. So in terms of appropriateness for families, children are welcome.
They are welcome.
When you carry children or bring children with you, one of the things you always need to remember is, how close am I to a bathroom?
Absolutely.
What kind of facilities do you have available?
Well, we're going to have our porta potty latrines out there. I believe we're going to have about 150 of them, so there'll be plenty. Just great times. One of the things that we're going to have out there, because we're going to talk about a little later, Spectacular Saturdays coming up the very next day. So at the night of the concert, the static displays of the helicopters and the vehicles and stuff will also be set up. So another great opportunity to come get some close-up pictures of those vehicles.
So bring your camera.
Absolutely.
Or your
bring
phone.
Your camera. No professional photography of the show, of course, or videoing, but your cell phone, regular camera, by all means, enjoy the show.
That sounds like it's going to be a great evening, and it's Friday night, so that's great for families, for the kids. Now, there's one more thing I want to remind folks of, and that is that if they want to be treated like a VIP, they need to be a member of our Text Club, because we choose the members for our Text Club VIP tent right up by the stage from that group. So if you're not already signed up, text the letters MWR to 68683 now, because you want to be in that club when it's time to get the winners for that concert's VIP club text tent.
Yes, and you and your team do a fantastic job of making those folks feel like VIPs.
Now, I do want to remind folks that to get into the VIP tent, you do have to be age 21 and up, because there is alcohol served there.
Correct.
Thanks for covering that first day. Now let's talk about some more things right after the break.
Fort Campbell MWR is serving soldiers, families, retirees, and civilians with quality of life events and activities.
For more information, visit our website at fortcampbellmwr.com.
Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FortCampbellMWR.
Pick up a copy of the MWR Family, Single Soldier, or Retiree Life magazines.
Join our text club by texting the letters MWR to 68683.
Watch MWR Life on air on Charter Channel 6 at 6 p.m. nightly, Fort Campbell's Channel 9 at 12 noon and 4 p.m., or anytime at youtube.com/FortCampbell101.
Listen to Fort Campbell Fridays at 8 o'clock on 1400 AM or at 8:30 on 105.1 FM every Friday morning. You can also listen to Talk with Tara every Friday from 10 to noon on 1400 AM.
Call our 24-hour recorded information line at 270-798-3172. Fort Campbell MWR.
Serving soldiers,
Families,
retirees,
and civilians.
Welcome back. If you missed the first half of the show, you can find it as well as all the archives of MWR Life on Air at youtube.com/Fort Campbell 101. I've been talking to Catherine Walker about the Week of the Eagles events, and I think we finished with Friday, so let's begin with Spectacular Saturday. Another great opportunity for the community to join us.
Absolutely. Spectacular Saturday is definitely going to be spectacular. It is an event of great magnitude. We have static displays out there with helicopters and military vehicles and military weapons. We have the car show that's going to tie into this, which is great to come on out. We have a farmer's market.
That's new.
That is new and exciting. The farmer's market, we have the health and wellness fair that's tied in with us through Bach. And with that, there's some classes, Zumba fitness classes and some seminars. And then we have a ton of activities for our children of our military families in the community, ranging from our small little toddler town of inflatables in arts and crafts, thanks to our Child and Youth Services Department, all the way up to a zip line.
Wow, a zip line.
We have the zip line coming.
That sounds terrific. So all of these things are going to take place in the vicinity of the parade field, which is why your static displays were there Friday night.
Correct.
Okay. So any cost to come to this event?
No, it is absolutely free. Now, of course, food and beverages is available for purchase only in a farmer's market. But to come and attend, to do the zip line, to do the inflatables, any of the activities, we have a trackless train coming, we have a laser maze coming. It is going to be fantastic.
So it sounds like there's a lot of new and different activities that Fort Campbell's not ever had in family-based events before. Zip line, trackless train.
I know.
You know, it's not just inflatables.
Right. It's not just inflatables and it's not just info tables. It is something hopefully for everyone in the family. And we are taking the inflatables this time. And I think right now I'm up to 15 inflatables that I'm bringing out, a ton. That we are going to have a toddler zone, so 5 and under can jump safely. And then we'll have the bigger inflatables out for the bigger kids, the zip line, like I said, the laser maze, just a ton of activities. And to supplement the car show that's going to be out there with the antique cars and the revved up cars and stuff like that, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have 2 stages going, one with the DJ on it up by the farmer's market and the health fair. And then the second one, we'll be using our concert stage again for a couple local acts.
Okay, so if you're saying that like all of these things are free, even the inflatables and everything, that's not possible without sponsors.
Oh my gosh, it is so not possible without sponsors. And I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, which include USAA, University of Phoenix, Fort Campbell Federal Credit Union, Matthews Nissan, USA Discounters, Budweiser, AT&T, Griller's Choice, Verizon Wireless, WJZM, Humana, and Creative Inc. Without their support, the Week of the Eagles would not be as fantastic as it is.
They all give either in-kind or cash to make so many things free to people, to allow us to put on a great free concert, to have a zip line and a trackless train. So it sounds like this is going to be a great day, Spectacular Saturday, taking place at the Division Parade Field. And what are the hours?
The hours are from 11 until 4. And just a quick mention on the sponsors again, they will be set up at the Spectacular Saturday, so please swing by their tables and thank them for their support as they thank you for your support.
Sounds great. So Saturday being all about spectacular. Now that evening, folks who have tickets to the Normandy barbecue, which is a ticketed event, will be going to that barbecue.
Correct.
But beginning Sunday and on throughout the rest of the week, there's lots of things that people can go see and spectate at, so to speak, while our soldiers compete. Give us an idea of a couple of those different activities.
Oh my gosh, we have a ton of sporting events ranging from softball, basketball. We have combatives, which they're doing a tournament, and we have a little bit of a tie-in with UFC.
Tell me about that.
Okay, UFC Fit is sending us a very well-known coach and a former fighter. They're coming out to do a quick seminar on the 19th, Monday the 19th, and that seminar is going to be from 3 to 4, and then they're doing a meet and greet from 4 to 6. So if you're a UFC fan, get out to Freedom Fighters Gym, and you can get some pictures and autographs there.
So the combatives is taking place in Freedom Fighters, and then some of the tournaments are taking place in our newest gym out by Gate 10, and then some, like for example, softball is going to take place at the North Sports Complex, soccer is going to be in Friar Stadium, so there's sporting events happening during the day, during the week, all over Post.
And you know the sporting event that I put on my calendar?
Which one?
I'm so not kidding. The Commander's Cup. the Commanders versus the Sergeant Majors
softball game.
Oh my gosh, I've been in the inn watching the little rivalry going on, and I so put that on my calendar.
There'll be some smack talking, I'm sure,
think it's
about
gonna be
that.
awesome.
Now, that game is on Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Correct.
And you definitely can come out and watch that. You know, you can even watch the marksmanship competition. That takes place on Tuesday. And as they go through the tournaments, you've got, you know, the semifinals and the finals. And of course, they're all competing for their brigade to get points in the Commander's Cup, which gets awarded at the end of the week. Now, after you've gotten through all of your sporting events and we get to Thursday, which is the Thursday before Memorial Day weekend, that's kind of our culminating or closure events on that day. Tell us about what happens then.
I believe you're talking about the division review, and that is where our general is going to review his soldiers. It is open to the public. Come on out. Again, what a fantastic display of the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault, and their assets. They'll have some of their static displays out there. All of those soldiers that were running on Monday are going to be on the field. They do award the Commander's Cup there. It's going to be fantastic.
So when you come out to that, chairs, probably a good idea because there's a few bleachers, but they fill up quickly. So you might want to bring lawn chairs to sit and watch. There'll be some special guests that I would encourage people to watch the media for.
Yes.
That will be announced when we get to that point. And then later on that day, we'll be saying farewell to both of our one-star generals, General Pappas and General Lewis, with an Honor Eagle at 4 p.m. And that's also a neat thing to see. Now, there's a couple of events that we didn't talk about that I just want to touch on briefly. One is that there's a memorial ceremony on Sunday afternoon in front of McAuliffe Hall. And that's a more somber occasion, but it's a chance for people to remember our soldiers who've fallen. And also on Monday morning, very early, is the Week of the Eagles 10K and 5K run. And that's where, again, our soldiers will compete as teams for race times for more Commander's Cup points. So you can come out and watch. The soldiers can count it as an Eagle Challenge Fitness Tour event if they just email us afterwards and let us know that they participated.
Yes, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of dates, a lot of places to be and great things. And again, like we said at the beginning of the show, the best place to start is the Welcome Center.
Right. And as you go along through the week, if you're looking for updates to schedules or you want more information, you can visit the Fort Campbell MWR.com website, click on the Week of the Eagles logo, and it'll take you right to the page that not only highlights the schedule and all of the information, but also links to all of our sponsors. So that's a great way also to visit those sponsors and find out a little bit more about what they do. I know you're probably going to be looking forward to your Memorial Day weekend after this week is over.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Our soldiers will have Friday off as a day of no scheduled activities, and then a 3-day weekend with Memorial Day, and definitely very deserved. I know that you've put a lot of effort and work into this, and you probably started a year ago or more on planning for Week of the Eagles. How do you feel now that it's almost here?
Oh my goodness. Excited. It's always nerve-wracking to plan an event and wonder if our soldiers and family members in the community are going to enjoy it. I really think they're going to enjoy it this year. From the division run all the way through to the division review, there are great things. There's something for everyone in there, and welcome everyone to come out and check it out.
Well, thanks again for all the work that you put into this, and I hope our soldiers, family members, and all of our community will come out and join us for Week of the Eagles. If you'll stay tuned, we'll be right back after the break.
I lost my brother Frank in the Battle of Iwo Jima.
He served on 4 combat tours.
In Vietnam, in Iraq, in Afghanistan. There's a life that was lost behind that pin.
I put it on for my wife.
For my husband,
my brother,
My dad.
my son.
we wear it because we honor those that we lost.
To learn more about the stories behind the Gold Star Pins, visit goldstarpins.org.